Welcome back to another episode of Crash Test Games. Today we're going to be showing you how to use a Griffin. Specifically, this is a training tutorial for the best way to survive using a Griffin. As I have been told multiple times that the Griffin is probably the hardest bot to be able to play for a lot of people. So we're going to go ahead and, instead of actually doing a battle today, we're going to do a custom battle. Alright, so we got a nice big map here. It's just us on this map because So the first thing you have to remember about the Griffin is what weapons you have equipped. The weapons that you have equipped will determine how you're playing your Griffin. With this Griffin specifically, we have our 2 Tulumbas and our 2 pins equipped, so we have our maximum long range. This long range is explosive and is about 500 meters out. It's the most effective from what I have discovered at this range. So as far as the explosives and such, they do really well, but they are also hard to get away from, assuming that you're on the receiving end of them. So I like to always have just one side of my weapon selected so that when I fire, it looks something like this. Now, another way to be able to survive with the Griffin is to simply use a corner shoot technique. So this is where you stick out just 2 of your guns, you open fire, and then duck back under cover. I like to swap weapons at this point, allowing the first 2 to reload, and have you on the side. Now, corner shooting is all fine and dandy until you run up against other explosive weapons. Now, what happens if you have an explosive weapon where they have area of effect damage? All it has to do is hit right about here and you're getting hit again. The answer to that is very simple. You get out of the way. As the weapon is getting fired at you, you see rockets coming towards you, you might even get hit by a couple rockets, but if you sit here and you jump, you avoid most of the rockets, especially if you jump in a backwards left or right motion. It makes it extremely difficult for the rockets to be able to catch where you are jumping to. This is not impossible to be able to counter, however, because they can still hit you while in the air. So we're going to go ahead and do that one more time just so that you can kind of see how it's done. You're going to step back and walk backwards. You're going to walk either right or left, and you're going to jump. And that gives you a very, very effective dodge. Alright, we got our more aggressive setup here with a maximum range of 300 meters. The Griffin is extremely dangerous in close quarters combat and is probably one of the most dangerous bots in the game, especially if you have your Orkans and your Pinatas completely upgraded. Now, being aggressive with this bot is not hard at all. All you have to do is move forward into your opponents and open fire. However, if you just do that, you are probably going to end up in a world of hurt. So we're going to teach you how to be aggressive today and still be able to be effective. So we're going to take a right walk, jump, and open fire on our opponents. Now, as you can see, we're now completely exposed, so we're going to start trying to get back into cover while continuing to open fire. Now, if you noticed, while I was walking backwards and in the open, I was firing all weapons, but the second that I started getting into cover, I swapped only to my left weapons. The reason behind this is so that you can have a chance for your right side weapons to be reloading while you're still defending yourself and being aggressive. This is going to be a standard case of look before you leap. If you want to be able to jump behind cover and still be aggressive, you need to be able to look at where you're going. Failure to do this could result in the destruction of your bot. Now, as far as your other Griffins go, it's going to be about the same as far as whether they fall into the long range or short range category. The final setup would be if you were going with, instead of the Punishers or whatever, you go with the Molots. They are a longer range for the Griffin, and you can do that. I personally don't like the longer range just because it's not super effective for me. They also recently came out with the medium aphids, which are the Vortex, and as we all know, the aphids are extremely powerful and nobody likes to get hit by them. This has been how to use a Griffin in defensive and offensive with Crash Test Games. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Enjoy those Griffins.